All right. I've been getting this a lot lately. Um, I've been getting questions in my chat on TikTok about coach me. What's your binds? What's your settings? I'm new to keyboard and mouse. I'm trying to improve on keyboard and mouse. Can you help me improve on keyboard and mouse? So my goal in this video is to fix all of that, help you with all of that. If you're new to keyboard and mouse and you played Fortnite before on controller and you knew what you were doing on controller, but you have no idea what you're doing on keyboard, this is the video for you. So first of all, the first thing you want to do, you need to like be in this map. This is the map code. You have to use Raiders Mechanics V5. This is the absolute best map for you. So you go into this map, and when you go into this map, you need to know what stage you're on. So, what you need to be working on. So, if you're day one at keyboard and mouse, then I definitely strongly suggest making sure you have the right binds. Um, so we're not gonna go through binds right now. I'm gonna save that for the end of the video. But you want to make sure you have the right binds if you're day one of keyboard and mouse. And you're not gonna like be like, oh, these are the perfect binds. Like you want to make sure that your fingers are comfortable. Um, you want to make sure you're not lifting fingers when you don't have to. You want to make sure you aren't like hurting your fingers if you don't have to. You want the best setup for your fingers. So if it's your first day on keyboard and mouse, you want to come in here and you want to just work on basic stuff. And like I always said, you want to make sure you can do everything. You want to make sure you can do everything that you do on Fortnite on controller on keyboard. So you can lower this speed to 50. You can lower that to 50 and you can go in here and you can do everything you would do. So if it was triple edit, you do that. If it's making a box, you do that. If it's right hand peek, you do that. Whatever it is, side jumps, whatever it is, whatever it is, you want to try everything. I say just brainstorm a list of everything you want to do. Maybe have someone look at it so you don't forget anything, and then make sure your binds work on it and you can try it in slow-mo. So that's day one. The next couple days, you want to try it out and make sure everything works, but you don't want to commit longer than 3 days because then it's going to be ingrained into your head. And if that's not the right binds, you're going to be like me, day 12, switching everything up. So you want to make sure you test everything, give it a couple days to make sure it's right for you. And then if so, then move forward. And you shouldn't have to reset your binds anymore. And it should be good to go. So that's the first thing. You want to make sure you have the right binds. The second thing you want to do is, I'm going to just put that back on 100 because I'm OCD. The second thing you want to do is you want to learn your binds. So you have the right binds, now you want to learn them. So I say the easiest way to learn your binds is in this comp section in the map. So I started off with peak training because I feel like this is easy. You can set a timer if you want. I always put it on easy, and then I put it on low health, so you only have to shoot them once. I put it on easy and start it. And this is pretty much like a routine that you can create. You can create a routine and then you just go through these. You try not to take damage. This is like little small situations that you can be in fort. It's really easy. You don't have to do too much building. I strongly suggest doing this the first couple days when you're learning your binds. I strongly suggest this. And then as you go, I'm not doing it perfect, so don't mind me. As you go, then you can implement other things into your training. But you want to learn your binds, and this is an easy way the first couple days. After the first couple days, like say you're you're like day 5, day 6, day 7. I say just you can even do this earlier. Honestly, you can start with this. I strongly think you can start with the piece control tunnels. But if you want to keep things simple, just do peak training. Piece control tunnels, I guarantee you, is like the best practice for learning your binds. Like I've been doing 100 of these every day, so I put it on play all. You can turn the speed down if you want, or you could just go slow. But there's like 12 different scenarios, and it's gonna like help you with everything. So you're gonna learn like like if you're doing an edit course, it's gonna be like an edit course. Like, but you're building, so you're learning your building, your wall replace. We just did wall replace. You're getting your movement. Like it's a like 10 in one thing. You're getting so much in one little. And don't mind me. Like I'm not going through it perfect right now. I'm just trying to show you. I even switched a brick, and I usually don't do that, but like, bro, this thing, you practice everything. Like, you can even practice your peaks. Like, it's not gonna do damage to you like the bot isn't, but like you can even practice your peaks, or you can practice like taking good angles and then your aim on those peaks. Like you're practicing pretty much everything on this. And doing 100 of these is gonna get you right. Like you're gonna feel so much better after doing 100 of these. And you can just go slow. It's gonna help you with your muscle memory. One thing that I had to work on, so let's see. Look at the triple. We there with it. But one thing I had to work on is my wall replace. So I did this slow just so I can get it better. So like that, just make sure you do your wall replace good. And like you're practicing everything essentially. Like your click timing, your crosshair placement, your movement, your your aim, your peaks, your wall replace, your edits. Like it's everything in one, bro. So I would just this is my routine. Like I'm gonna tell you my routine right now. So we're gonna go back to the main menu. We're gonna go to home. I come in here, I walk straight to the comp section, and I just do 100 of these. When I don't have a tournament or anything to play, when I'm just warming up for the day, I do 100 of these. If I have a tournament, I do like 50 because I don't want to burn myself out, but I still want to be warm. And then we back out of this, we go into aim. Now, if you're new, like I said, like if you're learning keyboard and you play like controller, you know what you were doing. All this other stuff really is a waste of time, to be honest with you. Like when you first learning, like, bro, I'm telling you, just go in here, do reaction flicks, do 100 of these. You just have to hit headshots. So I haven't hit any, I don't have a score yet. As soon as I hit a headshot, see on the left, I have a score. And you get 100 of these. This is gonna get your aim right. You know why you focus this only? Because shotgun aim is literally the best thing for you in Fortnite because it does the most damage. So like you can literally have a 200 pump shotgun and be 1 HP and you can get an elimination. Like in game you get elimination. Off spawn you get elimination. Like you just need good shotgun aim. Like you're not going to die if you're 50 meters away from someone and you can't beam them. Like it doesn't matter. Like you can build to protect yourself. But if you're up close quarters and you can't hit someone with your shotgun, then you just GG's, bro. So let's go back. Let's make sure you know, like do 100 of these tunnels. You can change the speed if you need to, and then do 100 of the shotgun reaction flick. So that one, you do 100 of each, and you should be good to go in this map. Like you don't need to do anything else. Like you can, but you don't have to. So because that's what I do. I just go in, I do 100 of the, and I've been noticing really good improvement as you've been seeing on TikTok, as you've been seeing on YouTube. I've been improving. So like this is what I've been doing, and it's been helpful. So the last thing that I do for my routine, where go back to lobby, like this is also very helpful. If like I wouldn't say do this your first week, maybe day 4 or 5. Like maybe after you learn your binds. So maybe once you actually feel confident with your binds, then you can go in here 1v1 maps. Just do 3 of these. Like at least 3. I wouldn't do more than 5. I would do 2 to 4 on average, but I say 3 is good. Just go in here, you get put against random players. If you get like someone trolling or something, I wouldn't count that one. Um, but yeah, I would go in here, do this. You can VOD review your gameplay. This is gonna prepare you most for in-game scenario. So it's not like box fights where you're only doing one thing, you're only box fighting. It's not 1v1 build fights where you're only doing one thing, build fights. It's not zone wars where you're only doing one thing, zone wars. Like this map has everything to offer in one little fighting setting. Like if you want to build fight someone, you can. You want to play boxes, you can. Like you can practice everything. You're gonna get pressure put on you. You're gonna have to switch weapons. You're gonna have to use all of your binds. And it could be a little rage bait because you get emoted on by people who aren't as good as you if you were on controller. But it's very good practice to just go in here and get some reps in. And then that's my routine. That's my routine for the day. And then after that, I'll either play a tournament, play with chat on stream, or like if I'm still just if it's just a grind session day, I'll go into Marta's Turtle Wars. Like this is really good. You can this doesn't give you like full fighting like the 1v1. It's not full isolated fighting. It's kind of like RNG kind of. It does keep you on your toes and keep your reaction, but you don't get heals. You don't get to practice with heals. You don't get to practice with like swapping to your brick and metal. Like it's not the full practice like this is. So 1v1. But this is a very good map too. I strongly suggest it. I would do this after the 1v1. I wouldn't just do this map. But if you just like say you only got like 5 minutes to warm up before a tournament, then I would definitely just go into Turtle Wars because you're gonna get the most reps. So this map is very valuable depending on the situation. And then for like practicing specifics, like you can practice this solo up in game. Actually, Clicks just came out with one and it's low key jumping. So you can do this one. This is Clicks's map. And if you have a duo, then you can do the duo 2v2 realistics. This is going to be just like the solos. If it's 3 of you, you can do the 1v2 clutch. This is very good. And then you can do the duo in game. So like these maps, like you can screenshot these or whatever you want to do. These maps are really good. So um yeah, I would definitely do that. And then like I don't know, like you can practice like if you want to practice specific things, this is a really good edit map to do. Um you can go in and if you go into this map, I'll just show you. Oh, I don't want to do public. We're gonna do private. So we'll go into this map. I'll show you what I would do in here. If you're trying to get your click timing right with your edits, this is a really good map. Trying to see what specific thing I did in here. Oh yeah, this is good for like just regular edits. So we'll go in. Come on. All right, so escape. Okay. All right, so here you can do the tunnels. I think intermediate is good if you're just starting. You can do advanced if you want. But I would do those. You don't have to do this. This isn't part of my routine. This was part of my routine when I was first starting. But honestly, you could get this same practice in a piece control tunnel. So you don't really need to go in. And then the stacked edits, this is really good. I would only do this in the first couple days just to get my crosshair placement. And you can come in if you want to practice your crosshair placement. This is really good. So I would come in here just specifically for that. Like I would do this row, I would do that row. I wouldn't do anything on that side. And I mean, there's another edit course that you can do. I'm not gonna go into that one, but I'll show you. So you can go into this. Where is it? It is go back. So it is the where is it? I mean, honestly, if I can't find it soon, it's just oh yeah, this one is good. They have good like a triple edits and stuff. Like you've done this before back in the day when you're learning your edits. So if you want to do that, that's good. I wouldn't put that in my routine though. My routine would just be going into the Raiders map. Where is it? Going into this map, I would do the tunnels. If you're brand new, I would free build, but making sure you can do everything to check your binds. Like I would do the bind check. That's what I would do. And then after you have your binds solidified, they're good to go. You can do everything smoothly, no pain in your fingers, no extra finger movement for no reason that's gonna slow you down. Then I would go do the tunnels, I would do the aim, and I would do 1v1s. And I would just do that every day for like I would do that for like an hour. Like I would spend like whatever time it takes, hour and an hour and a half, like no longer than an hour and a half. I would do all three of those things. Maybe 30 minutes on the tunnels, 30 minutes on the not even 30 minutes on the aim. Yeah, you only need an hour for real. Because like 25 minutes on the tunnels, 5 minutes on the aim, 30 minutes 1v1. That's really what it comes down to. I ain't gonna lie. Because on keyboard, what I noticed, which is way easier, is controller, is to hit headshots. Like that's why they have aim assist on controller, because like hitting headshots on controller, like yeah, you need the aim assist. Because if you don't got it, it's really gonna be hard. But it's even hard with the aim assist. Even on console, I played it off. So all right, that's that. All right, so now we're gonna get into binds and settings. So we're gonna like this is these settings are like this is my settings. The only things that I think is really important, make sure you're running the right frames. Like right now I run 360. My monitor can get 360. If your monitor can't get like what you get, or your specs aren't that like great, then I wouldn't worry about it too much. You can run like 240, 165, even 120 is good. You're on a PC, so you're gonna have less delay. This new stuff, I haven't touched it. The rendering mode, it went to performance. DirectX 12, like I'm not an expert with with that stuff. Whatever works best for you is what I would use. Brightness, I haven't touched it. It's just at 100. I use Tritanope 5. I haven't changed it since, and I like it like that. If you want to change it, that's personal preference. I don't think any of that stuff matters that much. And then all of this, I would like the textures. I would copy that if you want less delay. Meshes, copy that if you want less delay. Um, view distance, copy that if you want less delay. And this is what I use for advanced graphics. So you can, I don't like show FPS, that's optional. Latency markers, I don't even know what that is. NVIDIA reflex low latency, I have it on off. Um, I guess this should be on boost, maybe. I don't know. My game has felt perfectly fine. I have a Ryzen 9 5800, I think, with a GeForce 3060 with like 32 gigabytes of RAM. That's my specs. It's not spectacular. I did get my PC tweaked, but like I feel perfectly fine with that. Volume, I wouldn't have it maxed. That's pretty much the only thing. Like gameplay, I wouldn't have it maxed. I turn music all the way off. Um, that's my sound settings. And yeah, we're gonna keep going. Comms, I have most stuff off, and I think maybe that helps with delay. I don't. If I talk to someone, it's mainly on Discord. Um, here's the gameplay settings. So this is important. Excuse me. Maybe you can put it on auto, but I'm East, so that's my main region. Movement. This is what I use for movement. I think it's great. Combat. I don't even know if that applies to keyboard building. This is important. So I have simple build off, reset building choice on, turbo building on, edit, simple edit off. You can use simple edit. I'm not a hater on it. Disable pre-edit, I have it on, but you can have it off if you want to be advanced. I don't want pre-edits, not right now, maybe never. But it is good if you're playing comp, so you can learn it if you want to. auto confirm edits. I really don't know what all of these do, but I knew they all give you like a different outcome. And I know edit works best for me, so that's what I use. And I think using it is important. So I would have edit if I were you. And then this tutorial, all this stuff, turn it off. And then this doesn't matter. I wouldn't touch field of view. Turn these replays, all that off, energy saver off, everything on that off. You want less delay, so turn that all off. This festival stuff, I haven't never touched it, and I don't even think it matters. Game UI, this is what I have. You just most stuff I leave on. HUD 60, and then this is what I use for my like rectile and damage feedback. You can copy that if you want. Gyro is irrelevant. All right, here goes keyboard settings. So mouse and sensitivity. So honestly, bro, all this stuff at the top, turn that off. 6.4, 6.4, I think is a good starting point. I think it's kind of low, but I think it's like the lowest you can go with it still being fast. I am completely new to keyboard, so like just getting my like arm movement together is also part of like why it may feel slow to me. This might be fast for someone. I say base it on yourself. Don't try to use exactly what I use. You can use this as a starting point. So this scope sensitivity, I don't know what that is, but this targeting is like when you ADS, and 60 is really good. I've been loving it. I started off with it way lower. I moved up to 60. I love it. 100% building, 100% editing. I haven't touched that since I put it on that. First person mode, 100%. I have no clue what that does. Zoom scaling legacy, no clue what that does. Ignore controller input on. Yes, you definitely want to ignore that if you're on keyboard. Lock input method as mouse. I have it on. Not sure what that does. Custom diagonals on. Now these are the diagonal settings that you want to have this on. These are the this is like for double movement. These are the diagonal settings that I got from Higgs. Higgs is a pro. He's Clix's duo. And at first I was using someone else's. I ended up changing it to Higgs and I love it. So I would use this. This is what mostly everyone uses. So use these diagonal settings. Touchpad, I'm no clue what that is. None of this stuff below, none of that. I don't know what that is. Now, this is what everyone wants to see. Binds, I'm going to warn you about binds. Your binds is not going to probably be the same as my binds. I have short, chunky fingers. So my binds are optimized for short, chunky fingers. So where I don't have to worry about reaching over too many keys. I can touch everything easily. And then each button, each finger can do a different bind. Like it's not like one finger's being overworked. So these are my binds. They're really optimized for like I'm 32 years old, 2 kids, and like I said, I got short, chunky fingers. So like the lowest skill start, I would say, because you can practice and get your skill up, but like the lowest, like a like I'm at the lowest of the low when it comes to like a benchmark. But this allows me to get to the highest of the highest. I feel like this helps me so much. This is the most helpful binds for me. So crouch is C, a control. Honestly, I'm never gonna use it as C, so I'm probably gonna take that off. Um, right now it's that, but control is like my main crouch button. So that's what I use for crouch, and it's the default one. So, and then shift is default for sprint, but I'm using cap locks because I can use my ring finger to press that while I use other stuff, my pinky for other stuff, which we'll get to. Auto run, you never gonna use that. It'll happen when you pull your map out, so you can completely ignore this. Jump is space, that's default. It's really easy to hit. I wouldn't change that. Movement, WASD, I wouldn't change that. Um, weapon fire, weapon aim, I wouldn't change these either. This is just standard. Reload R, I wouldn't change that, but you can. I wouldn't change it though. Pickaxe Q, you don't have to use it as Q. And like I said with the binds, you can change your binds to be pretty much whatever works best for you. And you can start off with someone else's binds. Like you don't have to use my binds, but using someone that's been using some binds for a while, using their binds as a starting point gives you something, because you don't want to start with nothing. That's what I did. And I feel like it made it harder for me to figure out my binds, because it's like I don't even know what I'm doing. At least like you have like a good base. So you can use mine, you can use a pros, but I wouldn't suggest like, okay, I have to use these binds to the end of the time. Like I wouldn't say that. I would just say like try to start off with this, and then like if something feels off, if it feels like you're overworking a finger, if it feels like your finger's starting to hurt, if it feels like you're slow, and you can change things here and there, I say give it 2 to 3 days before you fully lock it in. Like don't lock it in early. So weapon tab, that's gonna be my shotgun. Um, so it's like right next to Q, so I can do ring finger for Q, ring finger for shotgun. Sometimes I fat finger it, but it takes a little bit of practice, and that's why I say like do that map control, that the piece control tunnel map in Raider. Do that map, because you're gonna do some wall replays, which means you gotta pull out your pickaxe, and then you gotta do some shooting the bot, so you have to pull out your shotgun. It tests pretty much everything. That map, that part of the map is so amazing. Weapon slot 2. Now this is different for me, and I make this as easy as possible because like, bro, switching weapons with only using the keyboard is was really difficult for me. So I have the mouse click in, like the middle button on the mouse, the scroll wheel. When you click it in, that's my weapon slot too. So if I want to hit tab, I have my shotgun. As soon as I want to swap to my spray weapon, I don't even have to use my left hand. I'm using my right hand. So it's really easy to swap. Maybe that's not ideal, but it works for me. If you got longer fingers, then you can probably use, like everyone's using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for these. You can do that, but like I'm not doing it. Is what is basically what I'm saying. So there we go, and then we have weapon slot 3 is F, and that's where I put my mobility items. So shockwaves, gloves, whatever. Like I just put it in the middle. And then heals, I have weapon slot 4, weapon slot 5, and I have on auto sort. So when I pick stuff up, it sorts, but I mean, it kind of works, it kind of doesn't, because like if you have nothing in your inventory, then stuff just gets put whatever sometimes. But 3 and 4 is what I use for those slots. And I mean, it's kind of standard to have those numbers at least for something, I think. So that's what I do for the use. So this is like if you want to like open a door, if you want to like pick up something, like you just scroll wheel up. And I think that's very important, especially for off spawn. It actually helped me today. I was able to like out out contest someone by taking the weapon from them. I still am dying because I'm a bot, but I mean it's helpful if you want to get the weapon. I think scroll wheel up is very good. People say they use macros. I'm not gonna personally use a macro because I kind of look at that as cheating. But I guess Fortnite doesn't really care as much, so they don't enforce it. But it's pretty much up to you. I don't advise it, but I ain't gonna be like, oh no, you're using macro. Let me go tell Fortnite. I don't. It's not that deep for me. So building, so crouching while building, I have it as C and control. Like I said, I need to get rid of this C. Control is what I'm using for crouch. I'm never using C, so don't worry about C. Just use control. Wall. What is it? Shift. Now this is different. A lot of people use wall as their mouse, but when I was triple editing, because this is my favorite thing to do on Fort, when I get to the wall part and I have to click the mouse button so many times in a row, it was just so annoying. So shift, I use my pinky and I can rest my pinky right above wall, and I rest my ring finger right above caps, which is my, like I said, it's my sprint. So caps is my sprint where I can rest my ring finger, and wall is my shift where I can rest my pinky. And like I got the short chunky fingers, so everything's gonna be super easy. Um Floor is number 4 on the mouse, which is on the side. It's the top left side button. And cone, like, well, roof is 5. So it's right under it. So like if you're triple editing or you're going for doubles, like you can literally slide your thumb across the side of your mouse. You can do cone flat. Like it's that simple. Like it, I think that's fire. I ain't gonna lie. And then stairs, I have it as X. I mean, I have to use my index finger for something. So I just said stairs X, but like you like I wouldn't like focus on doing this exactly how I do it. Like I said, try to make sure you find what works best for you. Place building, I wouldn't change that. That's just like clicking the left mouse button. Repair H. I really don't like that as being H, but like I don't find myself like, oh, I couldn't repair, I'm dying in that situation too many times. However, I still may end up changing this. Rotate building, once I get more advanced, I'll be doing that. And R is a great bind for that. So I'm not going to change that. Change building material. I have it as right click. I think that's good. Now here goes something really important. Scroll wheel reset. And like, so you're gonna edit with F or E or G or whatever you want to use. The default is F, but I have to reach over D to do that. With E, I don't have to reach over anything. I can rest my index finger above E and just edit. And a lot of people use E for edit. So I think that's good. Scroll wheel down is part of the scroll wheel reset bind for building edit, and that you can use. You can use the other one if you want, but I think this one is better because it grabs the wall better. Like I can't really explain it, but just you can do this one and then put reset building edit is scroll wheel down. So if you like just scroll down, it does it for you. Or you can do reset building and just put scroll down. You don't have to worry about either of those. It's pretty much your personal preference. Crouch while editing control. Like I said, we're gonna get rid of C. I'm not liking C like that. I'm thinking like to mark stuff, I might make that C or whatever. Right now I have marking stuff as 5, and it's kind of annoying to reach that far for the number 5. You know, I got the short fingers, so yeah, I don't know if we're gonna keep doing that, but um, so then we have what is it? Select building, left click on the right, or left click on the mouse. And that's pretty much that for the building ones. Oh, switch mode. This is for zero build. You don't need switch mode. You can literally have this unbinded, but I was playing zero build and I couldn't pull out my mobility utility item because they just added that for zero build. So I put that as K. It's super far on my keyboard, whatever. I mean, I think it's fine, whatever. You can put that as whatever you want. Just make sure it's not compromising any of your binds and build mode. That's so K is not attached to anything, so that's why I use K. Um, Simple build, I don't use that, but that's just how it is. I don't know. Communication. So placing a marker, I think I'm gonna change that to C. We'll see how it goes, but I think I'm gonna change that to C and see if that's easier for me. I'm trying to still find something for this. So if you have a suggestion, let me know. Enemy marker, you don't need that. You just double tap the one that you have. Um, for place marker, and then push to talk. I don't use that. Squad request, I don't use that. Chat, I don't use that. Spotlight, none of that. Emote is B. I might change emote, not gonna lie, to make that B as how to mark something, and then I don't know, we'll see. You don't need any of the other ones other than the first one. You don't need to do any this miscellaneous stuff. um I don't think any of this stuff matters, and you don't need none of that. None of that, 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 none of that. None of this stuff really matters. If it does, if it's something I missed on this, just let me know. Oh, map. Have map for M. I don't know where that is on here, but I mean that's what it is for everyone pretty much. It's M. So I mean there you go for that. And then like pulling out my inventory. Right now I have it as G, but I don't know if like that's what I really want is like G. Maybe I can make that C or something, something closer to my thumb. But that's it for the binds. That's it for the settings. That's it for the routine. That's it for like everything to start. If you got any questions, let me know in the comment section. Also, be sure to use code alien in the item shop. It really helps support me make more videos like this. And then also I play on stream like with chat a lot. So if you want, be sure to follow me on TikTok. It's VLC Alien Clips. Whatever you just search alien. I ain't gonna lie. I should pop up. I got over 2K on TikTok. And then be sure you sub to the channel because you don't want to miss out on more content like this. Be sure to like the video so it can go out to more people. And be sure to share this with your friends if you know that they're switching to keyboard and mouse. But Other than that, man, hope y'all enjoy y'all day. I'm out of here. Peace.